Hello, my name is Samuel Chen, and today I'll be going on an adventure across history to show you all important events for Latino rights. Now, luckily, we have this time machine here, so without further ado, let's go. Here we are in 1848, when the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ended the Mexican-American War, and many Mexican citizens became U.S. citizens. This officially began Mexican immigration into the United States. Good job, guys. Let's fast forward a bit. Here we are in 1910, in the middle of the Mexican Revolution, which forced many Mexicans to cross the border into the United States in search of safety and employment. However, with this new influx of Mexican immigrants, anti-Latino sentiment in the United States would begin to grow. Let's go look at one of those events. I've been shot.
Sorry about that. Well, it's 1843 now, and we're in the Zoot Suit riots, a violent series of attacks on Mexican Americans charged by racism and the desire to blame Mexican Americans on the city's problems. Terrible, right? Well, so bad in fact that the courts had to step in. In 1947, the U.S. District Court made a decision in Mendez v. Westminster, ruling against racial segregation in California public schools, specifically against Mexican Americans. However, segregation still continued in other states, a problem that would be solved by the Supreme Court. And they did in 1954. A landmark decision and Hernandez v. Texas extended the Equal Rights Clause on the 14th Amendment to Mexican Americans. However, this did not mean they had equal working conditions. In 1962, Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta founded the United Farm Workers to combat the exploitative conditions of Mexican farm workers and increase wages. They accomplished this through the boycotts of grapes and lettuce in California. The UFW became the nation's largest enduring farm worker union and empowered migrant farm workers. In 1966, in another major court case, Kazenbach v. Morgan, the Supreme Court ruled that states could not enforce an English literacy test in order to vote. This decision protected the voting rights of Latino citizens. Moving on to education, in 1947, President Richard Nixon signed the Equal Education Opportunity Act, mandating schools across the country with significant numbers of Spanish-speaking to provide bilingual education. This greatly bolstered the progress made during the Civil Rights era. Going forward in 1982, a revision to the Texas education laws allowed the state to withhold education funds for children of illegal aliens. In the Supreme Court case Plyer v. Doe, it was ruled that this violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Now it's 2017, and Donald Trump has just signed an Executive Order 13767 to allocate all available funds to build a wall on the American-U.S. border. Whoa!
Anyways, in the modern day, people with origins in Latin America and the Caribbean are under attack by the current administration. They've been denied their 14th Amendment birthright citizenship rights, and many have been denied their voting rights. The denial of the 14th Amendment means both civil rights and civil liberties have been denied to this group. LULAC, aka the League of United Latin American Citizens, are involved in advocating for comprehensive immigration reform, supporting voting rights of Latin Americans, and one of the first to sue the Trump administration over its efforts to restrict birthright citizenship. We are far from achieving a perfect world, and there's a lot of progress yet to be made. Recognizing past successes reminds us that progress is possible and empowers us to continue advocating for justice and equality.